Everyone. It's a bit. How's it, Mike? Yeah, Mike. Jerry, I don't know if you're in my quick trade WhatsApp group for trade ideas, etc., and updates. If you are not, can you? I think I've got your number, just in case I haven't. If you don't mind posting it on there, or I can post mine. Probably easier if you're already on. Afternoon. WhatsApp me there, Jerry. If you're not on it, if you are, it doesn't really matter then. More convenient for you that way. If you do WhatsApp, just put your full names in so I can update properly this side, and then I'll add you to the WhatsApp group if you're not already on it. That is, of course. Yeah, good afternoon, Zeph. Yeah, I see the dollar index has gone up a bit. So, just check on that. Just give me a second. I'll do it right now if you haven't. I'm pretty sure I have. Just give me a moment. No, I haven't. Strange. Thought I had done. Beg your pardon, Mike. Okay, we are now anyway. Strategy. She'll get the trade ideas posted direct there. Makes it a lot easier. Yeah. Save having to chase all the time. It's easy for me as well. Okay, it's half past. Coming up real quick, I should say. Let's get to this. Okay. Right, so just give it a few more seconds, then we can start. Okay. Right, that's 4 o'clock. We can start. As you clearly see, got the Nasdaq up here. If you can't see it, please tell me. I think I've zoom there for you, sharing it with you. As expected, it's come off. Jumps around a lot, as you know. But yeah, Gerard's not here. He got in, I think, earlier on today or this morning, actually, probably about 11,500 and something. I don't know if anybody chased at those levels, but it's coming off, bumping up now, but it has come off a bit. So the downside seems to be operating. A lot of people can't afford it. So, we went for the S&P instead, and we got in at 3,890. So it's doing okay. It's doing okay. All right. It's popped up a bit now. It would do. You know, it's like what we call it. I still think it's a little bit early to rush to modify stock. You can bring it down a little bit if you want. But I don't get to entry yet because only just under 20 pips away. 20 pips on an index isn't very much. You're going to get stopped out and it shoots down. So if you believe in the trade, hang on 5. You can drop that back down below, let's say 3,850. down, let's say 3840 something or other. If you spot it, we'll look at something to remind me, and we'll talk about modifying the stop loss to entries, so at least you can't lose on the trade. That's a nice, pretty place to be. Okay, so I'm not chasing it now. So if you're not in it, guys, I'm not too keen on chasing it now personally. Got members on the 15 minutes to show the movement. I'm not too keen to chase it now, but I'm not that bad to chase it. It's still I think it's got down, and obviously quite a bit more. But if you're chasing it now, maybe come back and relook at it if we get a bit more momentum. But anyway, if you're in like you were this morning, make some money, which is good stuff. Okay, right. Let these guys come in. Right, so like I said, if you got in this morning at the 3,890, you're in about what, just under 20 pips profit. Bit to move the stop. Revisit later on and see if it's worth moving the stop. At least a bit of a profit. Good. Right, so go to AUD CHF. That's something we looked at this morning. Haven't been doing much. Some guys are already in it. That's fine. Hold on. Some guys weren't. Joined at 6404. That was the signal, and well, it's a bit of profit there. It's not astronomical, so I'm not sure that we should be too quick to change the stop as yet. Should we to modify the stop as yet? I don't want to get too close and then get stopped out because I still see downside on the trade. So again, if you can hold below, let's say 63.70, no, 63.60 something or other, then we can move the stop. So keep an eye on that and just let me go. Let me know, and then we can revisit it and check on that. Okay, right. We looked at a couple of others. Gold was mentioned. I wasn't keen to chase it, probably just as well. There hasn't much happened. If you had chased it, it'd be a couple of dollars in your favor. Not exactly shooting the lights out. I was just a bit nervous of chasing at these levels. I'd want to sell it. I don't want to buy it, but I want to see if we get a better price. Maybe we get it up here somewhere. We'll have a look anyway. I'm a bit two-minded on it because I'm not sure with the high dollar we're going to get that. And remember, we've got a lot of economic fundamentals coming up this week. The jobs report on Friday, that's the number one, once every month, as you know. And we've got a few others coming up as well as the Eurozone, which was this morning. CPI was slightly higher than expected. So coming forward. Oh yes, of course, interest rate decision almost certainly is going to be 0.75% increase in the US Federal Reserve, and that'll be announced at 8 o'clock on Wednesday evening. Just bear that in mind. Also, I'll remind you later on actually with these on, but next Sunday coming up, the clocks will be put back. Is that the right way? Yeah, put back into the winter in New York. So it'll open forward instead of 3:30, and going forward it'll be 3:30 fundamental instead of 2:30. Just bear that in mind. But we'll remind you later today. Just mentioning it now to keep an eye on it. Okay. All right. So yeah, leave it alone. I was a bit iffy about chasing the US, sell it and buying the dollar on some of those. And in retrospect, maybe I was being a bit overcautious because you'd have done all right on it. I'll put it on the 4-hour, so a little bit quicker and easier. Yeah, maybe on the 4-hour, it's got a bit of resistance there. If you get a bit of a bounce, then we can set it down. But I'm a bit hesitant. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. He's just saying hindsight, hey. But I think it would have been this candle here would have been. Yeah, you'd have missed out that much. Only about 20 odd pips, so not a screaming miss out. But anyway, so some guys might have it on their own bat anyway. Okay, euro dollar. I think that came off quite nicely. Yeah, that came off quite nicely. So it's broken below there. Might get some more downside. So keep an eye on that. I'm not sure we chase it now. I don't know, I'm a bit nervous, a bit iffy on it, but I do see downside. The dollar still, DXY is very strong. Yeah, hi Nyasha, good stuff. Welcome back, Palesa, and of course Adele. Glad you can make it. AUDNZD. As mentioned this morning, I'm not a great favour of this particular trade. That's just me. Nothing wrong with it. We wouldn't have it there. It wasn't a good idea to trade it. I'm just not that keen at just personal taste because it's very similar currencies, and might get some more downside or might get a bounce. See, hit there, it might even get a bit of a bounce. I think it probably will get a bit of a bounce. I'm just a bit nervous because it's so similar, but that's just me. Heavy rain here as well. You probably hear it. Okay, well, I'll try and shout a bit louder then. There's a bit of rain here as well. Yeah, there would too. Yeah, fantastic, Kim. Yeah, I mean, some guys are already in them from. In fact, to be honest, AUD, NZD, USD are all sales orders we had on it from last week, and we haven't hit the TP yet. So you're in, that's fantastic. Good. Okay, I think it's going to continue down. I'm talking about chasing it now. I mean, a dollar I'm talking about. Anyway, going back to this particular one, there's a chance of a bounce, but I'm not that confident. I don't trade it that often. I haven't got a feeling for it. You trade something a lot, you get a feeling for it. Okay, so if anyone likes it and wants to do, I'll put the risk reward up. Are you looking for a bounce? Anyone looking for a buy on this one? Okay, might get a bounce here. Want to buy it? We put it down here. Make it a bit further down. When was it there? 17th of June. It was down there. So that's only what, 70 pips away. So it might be a bad idea actually. Just because I've got some sort of voodoo on them, so it's a bad idea. 70 pips below that would be 50. 1.0. Is that right? Right. Just make sure I've got this thing right. 1.0950. Yeah. And the TP and take it back up here. Hey, good enough. I'm making sure I'm 1.12. Nothing wrong with the risk reward. Well, look, it's not a bad trade. I've just got over my prejudice with those currencies, but it's not a bad trade. It's a good chance for a bounce there. It's come off a hell of a lot, and the Aussie is not that weak, I should say. I'm not sure the NZD is that strong either. Good chance for a bit of a break. Let's look at the 4 hour. Not much happening. Let's wind me on the 4 hours a little bit. That's sellers coming in pretty quickly. Indecision the day before that. Not a lot of follow through, but anyway, it's not a bad trade, I suppose. All right, show off. Sunny in Cape Town. Brilliant. You're a bit skeptical. If you're a bit skeptical, leave it alone. I hardly want you to jump in because I said so. Oh, yeah. And then you're a bit skeptical when it gets your wishes, it didn't work out. I feel bad about it, yeah. And you would as well, yeah. But yeah, it's not much follow through. But if you like it, there it is. If a couple of people say they want to do it, I will write that down. So I've got a yes from Devon. Anybody else? Just Devon at the moment. Anybody else want to do this? You're going to do it, okay? And then see how it goes. Just give me a moment. Okay, that's written down. We'll come back to it. Okay, fair enough. There's no problem with that. All right, yeah, we can move on. I'll put it back to the day. NGAS, can you believe it? Starting to get some legs. Remember going at 616 here the other day, last week, whenever it was. 615, sorry. So it's actually up for the moment. I thought it must come at the end. It's got to have some wintry weather there. I mean, it had a pretty good winter in Europe so far, I gather. But yeah, it's got the cold must be coming in. So yeah, we'll see a bit upside there. Joining it now, I don't think it's a free thing alone if you're not in. It's a bit slow as well. But anyway, those guys who did take it last week, it's now in profit. So that makes us a full house for last week. Pretty good. In regard, we have a loss then. That's last week. Don't tempt fate, but that was pretty good going. Okay, GBP USD is that last thing to be coming off. Come off the last 4 hours, about 90 pips, about bloody time. And our other great friend GBP CAD to start to try to come off now. It's not much action down there, but I think it might do. I leave a pound alone for a moment. It's given me and a lot of other people too much hassles, too much sleepless nights. Might be exaggerating, but frustration, probably a better word. Euro USD. Well, it's broken through on the 4 hour. So looking on the daily. No, it's got a bit of resistance here on the daily. I see a sell there, but maybe we should be prudent and wait for the breakthrough, unless somebody else wants to dive in now. I think it might be prudent to wait for the breakthrough to see if we get it, and then we can put a stop above here somewhere and sell it down here. No indication that they're going to be particularly hawkish on the euro, and the dollar's range at the moment, and it's preparing Wednesday's interest rate hike. Okay. Okay, that's great. We'll just hold on. Obviously, if you already know a lot, I couldn't say absolutely. You might get a little bit of a bounce, profit-taking bounce from here, because it's so widely used, those moving averages, that some guys might just take a bit of profit by a little bounce. But overall, say the dollar's regained 111. I think we short-lived before it comes down again. Keep an eye out. We might get a. If it bounces around about this level here, we can sell it, or break through here, we can sell it. Okay, well, keep an eye on it. Just remind me, come back to it. Okay, AUD USD, similar areas coming off. Chickened out a little bit this morning, but don't be missed out too much. I'm just a bit nervous to chase it now. It's my problem. Probably going to miss out. But if you guys want to do it, please feel free. But I'm just a bit nervous of chasing at the moment. I was happy with our previous one, which got in at 6472. I'm assuming you guys are still in it. So if you're still in it, stick with it. You're 100 pips, just under 100 pips in profit. Chasing it now, not so sure those are in. Anyone disagree? Anyone want to chase it from here? One thing like that, just quickly look at the Kiwi. We had one out at 58.40, I think. Yeah, so if it's 58.40, you'll be nice in profit. Stick with it, modify stop loss, usual thing. Chasing it now. Bloody marvelous, isn't that as well? Yeah, fantastic. Okay, I'll just hold 5. So that's 5 here, obviously hold them. They're doing well. I don't see, if I'm talking about shorting at these levels, a bit iffish. Clearly, I'm thinking there's more downside to come. Absolutely. You want to look at the euro dollar now? Is that correct? Not euro dollar. Sorry, AUD USD. Gomolemo, is that pronounced properly? Hopefully. Excuse me if it isn't. But if you want to do it, I'll put it up. If you want to chase it here, sound a bit iffy on doing that. I think rather just hold it. But yeah, we'll put a stop. You have to put it about there. That's the problem. And then take it down to here. Yeah, you'll get a risk reward if you want to chase it now. But it's starting to swing up a bit, is it? Yeah, swing up, it may get a better price. Had a bit of a bounce off the 10-day, might get a better price here. Get back to every 64, you never know, bash shorting it down again. No, we won't be getting out, but no, just profit taking a little bit of a bounce, keep getting in and out all the time. We hold on to our losses and take our profits sometimes too quickly. I would say that you put your stop price has gone. If you got into the trading room, it'd be 6472. So clearly you can modify your stop profit and let it run. Make it 6420. So maybe 415. And then you got plenty of profit there. And hold on, and I don't see why I should go further down. The dollar's strong, so why not? But you're protected in case something strange happens on Wednesday, and then you're protected from a loss. I think we'd rather do that, Kim. Okay. Okay, NZD USD. That pound's got to come off. You know, it's got. It's ridiculous. I'm sure it's got. I'm sure it's got to come off. Right, NZD. NZD USD. Just look at the 4 hour. It's going up to a resistance there. Maybe you can look at that if you're not in. If you're in, hold on. For goodness sake, do a nice profit. Just think, well, maybe at 58, get another bash at it. Those aren't anyway. Put the stop up here. 200 pips on the 4 hour. That's fine. Put the stop up there. It's pretty strong. Yeah, if you're not in, clearly say you're in, don't go in again. If you're not in, this might be an opportunity. I'll put the 4 up, have a look at it. This might be a slightly better bet. Because you put the stop up here, you see, out of the way. Out there should do it. And TP you can put in there. 0.56. There you are. So if you're not in and you want to do this one, there are the figures. And if you're happy with it, then we'll stick it down. I think you're in, aren't you, Kim? So you're going in again. Anybody not in want to go in on this one? In fact, those are in. If the dollar continues to strengthen, modify your stop loss, and you can modify your TP from 57.10 to 56, something like that as well. Okay, Malaysia, yeah. People forgetting, modify the TP as well. I've done that many times. Well then, fine. Put your stop loss at entry and ride it. Or better than entry, up to you. Don't get it too close, though. Okay, well, I can put it down anyway. We're going to 0.5790. Sure. Try those out. Okay, got the AUD/NZD buyout and the NZD USD sellout. It's a sellout. Now, some people ask, we're buying it. No, hang on. Yeah, we're selling on both. Yeah, so we're buying the AUD. It's fine. So selling on both. Okay, the S&P, is it still coming off? Not as much yet, so leave it. If it dropped below 50 or something, then we can stop. But it's in profit, but let it run a bit more. You can reduce the stop if you want to reduce risk, but the entry is a bit close. Anything else? Most of the others were doing. Oh yes, US dollar, yeah. Bit nerve to chase it early on today, and I think it's a mistake. I should have come for it. Easy to say afterwards, I know, but maybe we should have done it. But it looks like we definitely missed the boat now. Pity. They were greedy for a bit of a better price. I missed it. Now, looking back, I think that wasn't one of my finest moments. Should have done it this morning. I should have pushed it harder. Anyway, I didn't, so there it is. So we've missed out. Pity. But some guys are still in, I think, from last week, and then of course they'll be flying happy. CAD JPY, I don't know if we chased it now. That's another one we had, and that did incredibly well. 107.28, 160, 150 odd pips in profit. Obviously modify your stop. I won't join it now. That's fair enough, Seth. Just hold on. There's a lot of guys still in. That's perfect. Much better price. Smiling. I think you're on my WhatsApp for signals, Nyasha. Anyone wants to go on it, I can put my number up, and then then you just WhatsApp me your details, and I'll put you on my quick trade broadcast. Sorry, quick trade group, and you then will get the signals sent to you. Then you'll just have to rely on the ones sent out by the company. You'll have mine as well. Most of them sent by the company, mine anyway, so it doesn't matter. Okay, so there it is. What about the Euro USD? I haven't got the breakthrough yet, so we'll wait on that one. What was the recommended account funds you said? I'm not sure you mean by how much money you put in the account. That's entirely up to you. But remember, if you can do this job properly, you need to put some funds in. If you put very small, then you're incredibly limited what you can do. And the guy's got a few $100 in there. They can only go in one trade at a time. They might have 4 or 5, like 10 out. You only pick one. You might be unlucky and pick the wrong one, and you can't go bigger than 0.01. So it's going to be a hard, long slog. So if you can put decent funds in, it's make your life easier. You can go to several trades, diversify the works. That's why people go for money. It's a phenomenal tool to have. About 5K minimum, yeah. I personally agree, but some guys just don't have that. Well, they do, but the trouble is, even on good salaries, there's so much outgoings. People have got so many liabilities outgoing. They don't always have that lying around. But 5 or 10 or more is no doubt about it. Okay, if you can. If you can't, you can't. I'm just saying. Don't do me pushing from. I'm trying to say something here. So it's entirely up to you. But I'm just saying hopefully it's common sense to do you more favour. Picking up any business, more capital you got, it's a lot easier. Or more cost you to do silly things though. Okay, well, I'll put my number down again, so you just WhatsApp me if you're not already on there. Just when you do, don't forget to send me your full name, preferably a real account number as well. Update it my side, and I'll put you in my group. Okay. If you want it, if you don't want it, that's your choice. Just remember, it's extremely expensive to be on there. Hey, guys. I think it's about 10 grand a month subsidy you got to send me for all these wonderful signals, eh? No, it's part of the service. Are you kidding? Okay. What should we look at? Oh, that's right. The American markets are open. I was hoping BA would come off a bit more. It's right up there. I definitely see downside on this one. I'm not quite sure what Bo's doing up there, to be honest. That's why I say you got to have a stop loss, because sometimes it's a bit strange. I didn't hear any big profit coming out of the company, and you surprised me it did. I mean, it's an aircraft company. It needs fuel. Fuel prices are high, and people are finding it more and more difficult to fly because it's become expensive just to pay for the damn fuel. So I would have thought Boeing would have been coming off pretty quickly. That being to say, it's in the sell zone. You can see it's pretty close to this area here. Unless you're already in it, Don't join now, clearly. But I do see some downside. If you want to do a share, you put the stop up here, about $9 away. So it's $9 a share is your risk. You take it down to maybe 125.70. Yeah, it's a slow process, Seth. If you're putting a few $100, it's hell of a slow. Remember, 50% a year, any business person, that's a pretty good return. If you've got $1,000 in there, that's 500 a year, that's 40 rand a month, and £2 a day. £2 a trading day. That's a lot of work for $2 a day, you know. It's up to you. Yeah. Where are we? Okay, so that's a share. Remember, opens up as 3, closes up as 10, so you can't do it in the middle of the night or in the morning. Can't modify, do anything, only when the market opens. Anybody want to do the BA? Boeing. I can't put it up there. I'll put it up for you and tell me you want to do it or not, because you need an Excel spreadsheet for it. See if I can find it. Then I've got to stop the share and everything. I'll just put it up for you. You don't really need it. It's just quite simple. So put it down, suggest a sell on BA, which you now know is Boeing. Don't forget the dot, BA dot. Well, put a market really. I put it around these levels here. What's that? 140, 160, call it 141.60. SL would be here, which is 150, 120. 151.20 and TP to make it 125.70, and the risk is, what's the difference between the two? Excuse me, 141.60, 142.960. $9.60, which is about what's that, about 175 rand for it. Yeah, about 175 rand per share or per 1.0. So you don't have to go 1, 2, 3, 4, go 1, 1.5 or something like that. So if you, I'll just put it up here, sorry. So if you want to, let's say, risk 125, what's the price? 175, or it's 250, say, you can go 1.5, you can split it. But don't put in 0.01, you're completely wasting your time. Eventually going lower than 0.5, even that's a tiny position. But risk the $80 or 90, whatever it is. But yeah, per share, if you want to do that, unless you're in, of course. I don't know, I do see down. I actually do not know what's doing up there. These are all prices. That's might you can afford to lose. No one wants to lose a penny, but you've got to be able to handle it if you do. Don't suddenly put your pension in there, you know? Even if you're very good at what you're doing, but certainly if you're a beginner, don't do that. When a person starts afford to lose, you get a bit frightened. That's the way to look at it. You look at the risk management, you look at the risk. If you look after that, the upside will look after itself. Okay, so where were we? Yeah, so if you want that, anybody want to do that one? There is a commission on this one. It's 0.02% of exposure in and the same out. So call it 0.04%. So that's 1% is 140, 14 cents, 28. It's about 56 cents will be your cost, which is not that bad. Okay, Kim's going to give it a try. Anybody else? Okay, fine, you're right for that now. Give me a second. We got it down. Seems to be moving it the right way anyway, doesn't it? 50. Great. So, well, jumps around, but at least it's starting to go in the right direction. Good. There you are. So I've written it down. Anyone want to do it? It's there. I can just copy and paste if you missed it. But there it's on the chat line there. Great, Dylan. Don't forget, you might be frightened to put things like 1 or 2 down when you used to put 0.02 or something like that. This is different. Okay. 1 share is not that much. It's only 175 rand. 1.0. Not about 2,000-3,000 rand if you put that in the forex. Okay, righty, let's have a look. What else can we look at? Brent, just want a quick check of Brent. Yeah, as I said in my weekly snippet, I think I posted on the groups there, saying I can find a trade. I like about $4 stop. And the trade is just too narrow, it's too much in between on the trading. See those 2 lines there to give it a worthwhile buying or selling it, to make it worthwhile. The risk reward just not there. So I suggest stay aside, but keep an eye on it because that starts to go up. It'll be, in theory, it should be negative for BA. That's the theory anyway. Yeah, if it showers fuels, you know. In fact, aircraft, I believe, really make profit on the business and first class. I think most economy class just there to pay for the fuel. Okay, AUD, JPY, still doing okay. I think you've all modified your stop losses, so you should be smiling there. And what we had this morning, AUD, CHF, just quickly check on that. Not much happening there. It's in profit, yeah, but it's not like shooting the lights out, so see if we can get some movement there. Pretty slow, but at least it's slightly on the right side. Okay. Pleased to see M gas has gone up a bit, about bloody time. Right. Oh, anything else we need to go over? AUD-CAD, we had that out. I think that did okay as well. AUD-CAD, 8715. We got 8787. So if you're still in that one, clearly modify your stop to protect. Okay. Oh my goodness. Okay, Adele. That's a pain in the ass. I think mine today, for some reason, is quite late, and I'll be sleeping. Pleasant change. Frightening, eh? Anyway, okay. I hope it obviously doesn't, and you could have got enough power there. Right, where are we? Baba, I want to sell as well, but I'm not sure I can get a decent price. Keep missing it. We did one trade a month or 2 ago, did very well. I want to do the same again, but not now. I want to get a better price. I'm sure we're going to get it. What's happened to NAS? It's still coming off. That's clearly Alibaba's clear tech stock. Still coming off. That's good. Which in theory should S&P. Well, this is recapping, guys, from this morning. Sorry about this if you missed it this morning, but you can interact. If any question you're not sure of, and you need it, anything I'm talking about you're not sure of, I'll clarify for you. Just need to join in. This is a forum, remember? We all join in together. 68, it's getting there, but it's still too close. I want a little bit more before we start moving the stock. If we can take out 3860, we can get that stock moved down. I'm not saying you can't do it now, but I just think it could be a bit close. Pain in the backside, aren't I? Was that new national anthem for South Africa, that old Simon Garfunkel song? Hello, darkness, my old friend. Okay, I think that's covered that little lot. Anything you guys would like to look at? You're looking at yourself, or you want to go and recap on, or any questions you want to ask? Anything I've been talking about here, like DXYs and yields and economic calendars and position size calculators and moving averages. You're not too clear on, just let me know and I can explain. I've shown you what pivot points are, so I think you're probably happy with that. Short-term area support resisting, fundinvesting.com. And yeah, so if you want those, it's all done for you. If you're not sure about it and it's quiet with the trading and guys are happy to look at it, I can show you again. you need to ask, and obviously I can put up. Euro JPY along that. I'm leaning towards the upside against the yen. I don't think I know a currency that I would be buying the yen against. So I'm leaning to it, but yeah, look, it's just too sideways for me. It's not a day. It's not a 4 or 1 hour. It's a daily, and the sellers came in pretty quick over the last few days. So I'm happy to buy, but if you're going to buy, I just think it'd be nice to buy it down here. Might get a break, then okay. But if you can come back a bit, maybe buy it. I'm a bit nervous to buy here, but I'm for the long, yeah. Might miss it, but it's like other things, yeah. Okay, that's more than fair. Okay. On the same page there. I just say, just running it by me, see the opinion. Okay. Right. So on the same page, wait for a pullback if it comes. Yeah. But don't be buying the yen. So whatever it is, you get the opposite. You're selling the yen. In this case, you'll be buying. In fact, all the base currencies, we don't have Japanese as a base currency anywhere. AUD is JPY, you get the idea. It's a DJPY, USD JPY. It's never the base currency. So in this case, whatever it is, it's got a JPY in it, you'll be buying, not selling it. Okay. Trying to come on S&P, and you move the stock. US dollar J was the best, but if you're not in it, don't chase it now. US dollar CAD. Just about nervous with it. CAD's quite strong. No, CHF probably same story. No, too late on that one. Okay, just trying to find something else. Some battling to do. I think we more or less covered it. We've done pretty well, so we're not going to push it for the sake of it. Yeah, for our friend that we had between us last week was CHF JPY. I had a buy, and I think Zeph had a sell. I think a couple of guys joined him, where we had opposite opinions to see how they worked out. 148.05 on the buy. Not shoot the lights out, but it's slightly up. So if you bought it, you'd be in profit about 25 pips. If you feel a bit nervous about it, maybe you can move your stop to entry. But anyway, slightly up anyway. GBP CAD. You're still happy with GBP, Adele? You're still happy with it? That's been putting prejudice aside and being objective. Well done. Just because it's been bad before doesn't mean to say. Oh, I see what you mean. I'm with you now, CAD, yeah. No, I don't know what's doing out there. I do see downside. It's right up at the resistance. Just got to break through this resistance here. If you can break through there, set it down. The moment it's back into breakthrough there. It's a bit iffy, but I think that pound's overcooked. I think Richie Sunak has had his honeymoon period. We've had a big jump in the pound because you know he's an investment banker, so the market likes him. But I think it's about time that pound came down. CAD is pretty strong. I see some downside. If you're not in, I'm not sure I'd be comfortable joining, selling it now. I'd be more comfortable you can take these guys out here. Where I got the crosshair. And I think if it can at least get down this far, if not further. But I do see some downside there. Yeah. Just got to get sudden movement that breaks out of the resistance there, as you can see. Take away off your mind, are you? If that can happen. Mine as well, to be honest. But you can get divorced from GBP CAD, the better, I think. Yeah. Okay, right. Guys, anything you're looking at would like to go on and read a chat about? Not feeling confident or are feeling confident or suggest something? Ask anything? Got the opportunity now on the Zoom. No point asking the chat, it's limiting what I can do on there. But when you've got the Zoom, the charts up, it's a lot easier to explain something. I think the pound dollar's coming off with some really good news, eh? Yeah. Tried to bump up and the sellers came in, that's pretty good. So we're going to get some decent down movement there. Don't forget, as I said, interest rates, 8 o'clock Wednesday, US that is. Okay. Anything else? Because I can't find out what I'm looking at my watch list there, looking around. I can't see anything myself at the moment. Let's see what this, how do you think it's about 0.75? Can't say 100%, obviously, but extreme likelihood of that 0.75. As I said before, that's been priced in and that's been expected. They don't like to spook the markets, especially America, because it has such an enormous effect worldwide. So if it's 0.5 or 1.0, it'll be a big movement on the markets. We don't want to have that. Dollar would weaken 0.5 and strengthen back at 1. I think they'll do 0.75. You'll have a Q&A afterwards and say maybe look for another one, but it might, the next one will be 50 instead of 75. I think that's where it's probably heading. But you can only say that and have a relook at it depending on the jobs reports and the inflation and other things like that. Because through this COVID, they've gone ridiculously in the way of low interest rates, so they've got the inflation got out of control. You probably know. So if it does 0.75, it'll have an effect. Yeah, now it's out, but it's nothing like it was 50 or 1.0. Nothing like it. We'll have to wait for the jobs report as well after that. So that's Wednesday evening and 2:30. Jobs report coming up. Non-farm, same thing. Very important. Big indication going forward. Okay. How's the AUD NZD going on? What did we get in at? 102. That's exactly the same. Wow, wow. NZD USD, anything happening there? Might have popped up a little bit. In the meantime, we'll have a look. Nope, it's doing all right, eh? Coming up a bit. Well, not much. At least it's not going up. And the BA, let's have a quick recheck the BA to see if there's something else. No, it's about the same. Don't know what it's doing up there. Anyway, but I do see downside coming in. We missed the boat on Meta. Remember Meta? Very bad figures coming out on the earnings release. Dropped down in on opening from 130 odd to 100. Massive move down. Look at that. Look at that gap. I think Google's battling a bit as well. Yep, Google's battling a bit, and so I think it's Amazon. It's had quite a big profit down as well. Yep, Amazon had a bit of a tough time with it. Old Jeff Bezos' wife won't be happy. Even Apple's taking a bit of strain. Maybe we can sell that from break to over 50 rand. The 50 rand, the 50-day moving average. Okay, I'm scrubbing a little bit here. Can't CHF. Some people want to buy. I'm not so keen. Not keen to do anything with it. But it seems to be doing okay. But it's a bit nervous of it. Some guys like to buy it. I'm very nervous. Anyone like this one? Because I know a lot of guys in the strategy room this morning after state we're looking at buying it. I'm not keen at all. but I could be wrong. So yeah, that's me. I'm sorry, guys. That's me. I'm going particularly. I want to discuss other than that. I think probably missed the boat on the pound JPY. Yep. So if you can see something, please tell me. I think leave the ZAR alone. I mentioned this before. The cost is 19 pips. That's hectic. It's called an exotic. Remember that. But a lot of guys didn't know that and use a normal forex. I'm wondering why they weren't in the profit they should have been. Okay, Petro, Adele, anybody there? Any questions? Anything you want to look at? Got to run players. Okay, well, nice to have you. Got a trade for you anyway. Hope it works out. Hope we can find good stuff tomorrow. We look at it. I think some load shedding. A lot of people had to leave now. Hey, Brian, I see Brian Ranks there. I saw you in this morning. Don't know if you knew or an experienced trader, but are you happy? All good? Learning stuff? Any questions? Goldman Sachs is doing okay, hey? Might get a bit of pullback from there. I'm just looking around here. FTSE, somebody asked about. That might be good for a short. Right, the 50-day, in line with the American markets, a bit of downside. That's a possibility. You want to do an index of that one. I think the contract size is 10, just make sure. Left click, right click, left click on specification, contract size 10. Yeah. There's a possibility short on this one. We've got much on the weekly, just check it out. 4 hour. Not really got much confirmation, that's the worry. But keep an eye on that. There might be, if that can hold and come off, we might be able to short out, stop up here, down here somewhere. I do, very much so, yeah. Dollar's strong. I think the honeymoon period over the pound. I see downside of the CAD as well as the USD. Both those, that one and that one, I do see downside, yeah. This one, as we mentioned just now, it's got to break this just down here. It's the wrong one there. It's got to break this to get really going, and this one to do, yeah. Had a bit of profit taken there, but I still see downside, yeah. Got to break this to get right back there. I think so. I tend to agree on that. We'll look at it again tomorrow. But yeah, I don't know. I definitely see downside there. That pound, in my opinion, is totally overcooked. Let's take a jacket off, it's getting warmer. Okay. Yes, correct. Not very bad. It's, we expect it was 10.1. I'll check for you now. 10.2, sorry. The forecast 10.2 is 10.7. So a little bit more inflation expected, but it didn't have a massive effect on the euro. Lagarde was fairly, in a chit chat last week, saying she's fairly lenient on a hawkish attitude. Not very well put, if you know what I mean. So it doesn't make a great difference. They want to bring it down. They're going to give it time to inflate. Interest rates won't bring inflation down immediately. It takes time for it to filter through. But so yeah, it is high. 10.7% is high. That's inflationary, very much so. I mean, you're talking about the West. We used to figures of 1 or 2%. Now 10% is hectic. Same with America. Like all caused by that virtually zero interest rates. That's why it encourages people to borrow and borrow and borrow and borrow. Hence inflation. Yeah, it's just got to break through 1.15 Adele. Break through that, sustain it, you might get a decent move. to 1.14, and hopefully break through that next time. Okay. I've got a footstep down, so don't forget. Look at that, might have a chance there. Ford's another one. We did well a couple of months ago. Here's another one to look for a short. Ford Motor Company. Right up there, it's the sell zone. It's reattacked the 50-day moving average. You might want to wait for confirmation, move back down. I think it's possibly a short on this one. Weekly, it's above the 10 weekly, 4 hour. Yeah, it might be prudent to wait. Confirm break maybe, but I think they'll expect some downside on Ford. Okay. Keep an eye on that. So no one to keep an eye on. I'll put it down. It's just a reminder. I want to get Baba, but I can't give the right price. I can't give a decent price. It's not happening. Okay, so I'll leave that alone. Yeah. AUDJ, AUD, what is it? AUDCHF. It's trying to come off. Make a pretty heavy work of it, but it's trying to come off for the 15-minute. Anyway, so it's starting to do okay. We'll also have the NAS. Yeah, as it goes up, the sales are coming in. So let's look at S&P. We want to move that in. Not quite, still too early. Just going to come down a bit more, and then we can move the stop. And yeah, okay. So, guys, I'm not pretty sure you're happy with the trades you got so far. At least the ones we had last week. They're all doing well, including our NGAS. So 100% hit rate. And we're quite a few out, about a dozen out, so that's pretty good. But I'm scratchy at the moment, so you can probably hear. Let's look at another index, German 30 as well as Reddit. No, I don't see one there. Nothing too much indecision. The FTSE is about the best of the moment. Okay. I need your help, guys. There's a lot of people left, actually. We've got 20 people now from about 50. Anyone in a trade they're not happy with? What should they do about it or anything like that? You're in German 30. Were you bought it or sold it? I think you should have sold it, but you're probably going the wrong way. I don't know. But I think it's probably a bit of downside. But what do you, long or short, Kevin? Sold it, okay. 130.50. Where's your stop? 130.50. Where do you put your stop if you sold it? Stop should be somewhere around about this level here, I think. 133.70, something like that. I hope we got a stop. It's not looking pretty at the moment. But I think it'll come right. I see a bit of downside coming in, yeah. Not sure I'll be joining it now, though. Is it? Well, it's a few sellers coming in, you might come right. But I do see downside, but I'm not looking at entry, so I'm just saying I hope we can come right on that one. Oh, shame. Okay, Adele. Well, great. Hope to have you tomorrow then. Okay. If you're not too busy, you can join us tomorrow morning. You get quite busy. Okay. Don't think you're missing much because I completely run out of ideas. I'm going to do the normal posting for you in case anyone there hasn't got it. give me a moment. This one's the economic fundamentals. I've already, as I say, filled it for you. Copy and paste it if you haven't got it already. And this is the dollar index, DXY we talk about. I'm just going to put that in for you as well. And this is the yields on the 10-year US 10-year note. Coming up. There we are. So if you haven't got those three, obviously you've got them now. And don't forget to keep them minimized and use them. Okay, we've got the position. Everyone got the calculator. Everyone got the charts. You don't know, just go down there, right click, bottom properties, and you can set the charts up how you like. But don't forget to save it. Remember I mentioned this before? Go to templates and save it. So if you have a problem, there in your template, save it. Anything else to mention? You all got the 250. If you haven't got these two, 200 moving average and 50 simple moving average, put it on now. And if you like the 10, it's quite useful to put that on as well and save it. Cheers, Petro. Okay, it's hardly anyone left actually, and I haven't got any much more to say. So maybe wrap it up. I know it's only 5 o'clock, but I don't want to rattle away if you're all happy and I haven't got anything to add. I want to add value, not here just to waffle away. I don't think I've got much more to add to it. Purpose of trading clearly is clarification of trades. We've got several out. We've been doing okay, so we continue in that way, and a lot of guys got as well. And Kim, you've had some decent ones from the trade room. As long as you're getting value, that's the bottom line. That's the bottom line. Hope you're doing all right, Oswald. I think my good Botswana friend, just make sure. Is he still there? No, he's had to shoot off as well. So Clive, I don't know if you're new. I hope you're not getting too confused. Any of the newer guys want to just clarify anything I'm not sure about? Just post on the chat line, and if I have, I'll explain it. Absolutely, Kim. Great to have you. Cheers, mate. Tomorrow, if you can make it. Okay, thanks, Clive. So at least you're getting somewhere. That's what I'm asking for. Is not big pats on the back. That's nothing to do with it. To trying to make sure you're getting value out of it. But it's very important. And feel free to interact. Okay, Mike. It's coming up. Nyasha, anything you want to look at? Sephora, you want to look at before we shoot off? Because I completely run out, I'm afraid. Okay, so you're all good. Nyasha, everyone, because I've run out of stuff. Shall I call you off then and see you tomorrow? Don't want to waffle on for the next half an hour, wasting your time, you know what I mean? Okay, thank you. As always, fun. Great to have you. You good, Sephora? Any questions there? No, she works for the company, and it's it's important you know your stuff there. Don't forget Sephora. I do have a WhatsApp group, so if you get clients, obviously going to be funded, preferably a reasonable amount, not a couple of bucks in there, but keen, and just let me know. I'll chat to them as per normal, introduce myself, give my details, and I can put them on my WhatsApp group, so get signals posted directly, as well as daily updates. Just bear that in mind. Okay, great. Hope you're all good then. Yeah, well, in that case, I'll catch you tomorrow. Cheers, guys. Thank you very much.